Stop. Just for a moment. Stop and ask yourself, how many times today did you say yes when every fiber of your being wanted to say no? How often have you sacrificed your peace, your time, your dreams just to keep others happy? If you're tired of feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, or even out of control, this video is for you. Because today we're going to challenge everything you thought about saying no, and show you how those two simple letters can change your life forever. In all. Okay, we all have a problem in our era today, and that is the problem of saying no. But let's first see, why do we even struggle to say no? Why is saying no so difficult? Psychologists say it's because of a deep-rooted need to be accepted and have belonging. From childhood, many of us are told to be agreeable, to avoid conflict, and to put others first. This conditioning creates a powerful internal pressure to say yes, even when it's against our best interests. For example, imagine if you're asked to take an extra work project. You're already overwhelmed, but you say yes because you don't want to disappoint your boss or colleagues. This is a classic example of people pleasing, and it's exhausting. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people who frequently say yes to avoid conflict or rejection tend to experience higher levels of stress and burnout. So this need to please others is often linked to what psychologists call an approval addiction. It's a pattern where self-worth becomes dependent on others' acceptance. So breaking free from this requires conscious effort and self-awareness. And mind you, this saying yes to everything also has a psychological impact on us, because constantly saying yes can lead to serious consequences. For example, draining your energy, reducing your focus. It can even harm your mental health, because when you say yes to everything, you risk losing sight of your own goals and values. Eleanor Brown once said that you cannot serve from an empty vessel. So you, having the vessel, cannot try to please others if at all yourself are not pleased. You cannot be successful in saying yes to other people's things and requests if at all you and your goals are actually at a standstill. Okay? Your time and energy are infinite resources. So is saying yes indiscriminately means you have less to invest in what really matters. And guess what? Your passions, your relationships, and your well-being, all these are all you must have to invest, because they truly matter. But saying yes to everything actually means you're ignoring all this. So overcommitting can lead to chronic stress, which the American Psychological Association, APA, links to increased risk of heart disease, depression, and anxiety. So saying yes too often can foster resentment, which is a toxic emotion that damages relationships and self-esteem. This is how we find ourselves mentally unhealthy. It starts from something as small as that. Welcome aboard. It's Evolve with Mugema, where we're going to talk about the different things that can help us regain our power, regain our control. And today we're talking about the power of saying no. I know most of us have grown knowing I must make others happy. I must always say yes. I must be this charming soul. But sometimes it's very helpful for you to say no where it's necessary, just like today, in this incident. So, let's talk about the power and the freedom of saying no. Saying no is not about rejection or negativity. It's about empowerment and self-respect. Because when you say no, you set boundaries that protect your time and energy. So Warren Buffett once said that the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no almost to everything. Whoa. So this means that successful people understand that every no is a yes to something more important. Saying no allows you to focus on your priorities and also to live intentionally. If you think it's just a joke, just consider Oprah Winfrey, who has openly spoken about how learning to say no helped her maintain balance and focus on her career and life and personal life. And in this journey, in my journey as a coach, I've experienced different real life stories and examples about this. One of them is one of my longtime friends. She's called Sarah. Back then she was a young professional who used to say yes to every social invitation and work request. She was always tired and stressed. When she started saying no to things that didn't align with her goals, she found more time for her hobbies, improved her mental health, and even advanced in her career. You too can, just like Sarah did. Another one is this client that I just met a few months ago. He is a father who used to feel guilty saying no to his children, who would make endless requests, and every time he would just say no. But guess what? Remember, when you have this people-pleasing addiction within you, you always want to make others happy. So if at all you realize someone else is not happy because of you, you feel so much concerned. And that is why he had to seek help and came to the coach. So we drafted a plan, and guess what? By setting the clear boundaries, he created a healthier family, dynamic, and taught his kids the value of respect and responsibility. And then there's also Lisa. Lisa, I love you so much. She's more of a sister now to me. Lisa, she struggled with a burnout as a caregiver. Saying no to additional responsibilities allowed her to seek support and focus on her own healing. Now she's okay. You too can. So we have some practical steps of how to say no. You can write if you wish to. Number 1, pause before responding. You see, when someone makes a request, take a moment to think before you say yes. You don't have to respond immediately. This pause gives you control. Okay? And then number 2, be honest and kind. You can write, be honest and kind. A simple, polite no is enough. You don't owe anyone a long explanation. For example, I appreciate the offer, but I can commit right now. And that is it. Number 3, know your priorities. Remember, we talked about you prioritizing yourself first before trying to please others. So keep your goals and well-being in mind. Keep saying no to anyone and anything that doesn't align with you. See, saying no to one thing means saying yes to something more valuable. Okay? And then you can also practice self-compassion. Many of us are actually having compassion for others without thinking about us, without considering our feelings and all that. Remind yourself that it's okay to put your needs first. Saying no is an act of self-care, not selfishness. Okay? And then use no as a complete sentence. Sometimes just saying no without justification is a powerful respect. Nobody whatsoever requires an explanation for whatever, for your answer as a no. Sometimes no is okay. I know, of course, you're going to say, but Brian, I've grown up knowing that saying no is rude. My friend, it's not rude. It's respectful to yourself and others when done kindly. Okay? You could also say that saying no will make people dislike me. But guess what? True friends and colleagues will respect your boundaries. Okay? You could also say, I have to say yes to be successful. Things don't work out like that. Success comes when focus and balance. Comes from focus and balance and not overcommitment. Okay? And then you could also say that saying no means I'm weak and helpful. On the contrary, my dear brother or sister, saying no shows respect, shows strength and clarity, and that is what you've got when you master the art of saying no. Okay? So setting boundaries by saying no has got measurable benefits. Let's talk about these benefits. Because research shows that people who maintain healthy boundaries experience lower anxiety, better sleep, and improved relationships. If you can get that, my goal is attained, because I'm here just to help you get better. I'm here just to help you regain your power and control over your life. I'm here to help you find clarity in life. Okay? Josh Billings once said that half of the troubles of this life can be traced to saying yes too quickly and saying no and not saying no soon enough. Neuroscience research indicates that setting boundaries reduces activation of the brain's stress centers, so promoting calm and emotional resilience. You too can have it. Just say no and create those boundaries and see how your brain's stress centers will be reduced, and you get the calm and emotional resilience. Okay, so lastly, let's talk about the practical exercises that you can use to build your no muscle. Number 1, you can try to do the role playing. Practice saying no in front of a mirror or a trusted friend. This builds confidence. I know it's kinda hard for you to just come from out of the blue and say no, but you can try it at home in front of the mirror. You can also try it with a trusted friend. Let them make a request and say no, and see how you will feel. With time, if you practice this, you will learn to be free even after rejecting something. After all, you've realized doesn't align with whatever you believe in. Number 2, you can also try journaling. See, writing down situations where you said yes, but wished you would have said no, and then you reflect on how it made you feel, will help you realize the need to say no. It will build a stronger muscle for you to say no, to set the boundaries and stand up for them. Okay? And then you can also try the small no's. You don't need to get these big incidents where you're told to do something so big and you say no. Try small, start small. It could be declining a social invitation. Saying today? No. And it will be okay. You won't die. Hey, come, let's go to this party. Not today. In Luganda we say techijja kusoboka. You ought to have this power to say techijja kusoboka sometimes and move away with it happy and free. It's possible. Okay? So today I challenge you to say no just once for yourself. That is how it feels to reclaim your time and your freedom. Remember, saying no is not closing doors. It's opening the door to your true self. And if this message resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more empowering content. Okay? And in the comment section, please share one thing you've been afraid to say no to, and let's support each other. See you in the next one.